Not doing this? Japan's oldest doctor says it could be costing you years of your life. This isn't clickbait either. It's a truth bomb from a 105-year-old legend. One habit, often ignored, and it might be silently shortening your life. Let's talk. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara was a living embodiment of longevity and purpose. Born in 1911, he lived to be 105 and continued seeing patients well into his hundreds. He authored over 150 books, many focusing on health, happiness, and the art of living well. As the honorary president of St. Luke's International Hospital in Tokyo, his insights shaped modern healthcare in Japan. But what made him extraordinary wasn't just his age, it was how he lived, with energy, discipline, and pure heart. He inspired millions, not just with medicine, but with mindset, proving that purpose, not just prescriptions, keeps the human spirit alive. And when a man like that shares the secret to a longer life, we listen. Most people see retirement at age 65 as the finish line. Work hard, clock out, and finally rest. But Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara saw it differently. He believed that staying active, curious, and engaged was essential to living a long, meaningful life. And he practiced what he preached. He didn't retire at 65. In fact, he didn't stop working until he was over 100. He didn't just do light desk work. He gave lectures, saw patients, and published books well into his 90s. His reasoning? Purpose keeps us alive. When you have a reason to wake up every morning, a project, a routine, a way to serve others, your mind stays sharper, your body moves more, and your spirit stays lighter. And he wasn't alone in this thinking. Multiple studies show that people who work past 65 or who stay mentally and socially active in some way tend to live longer with better cognitive and emotional health. So no, this isn't about never retiring. It's about rethinking what retirement actually means. You don't have to keep your 9 to 5 forever, but having a why matters. Whether it's mentoring, gardening, volunteering, or building something new, find your version of work. Your longevity might depend on it. It's not about grinding forever. It's about feeding your soul with motion, meaning, and momentum, even in your later years. Now, staying active and purposeful is one part of the equation, but what you put into your body matters just as much. Dr. Hinohara's daily diet was shockingly simple. Breakfast, a small cup of coffee, a bit of milk, and orange juice. Lunch was mostly vegetables with some fish, and dinner, often just a few cookies and a glass of milk. That's it. No high-protein shakes, no giant salads, no 5-course dinners. He believed in eating just enough to stay energized, but never until he was full. He believed overeating slows you down, burdens your body, and cuts into your vitality. And modern science backs this up. Studies on caloric restriction show it can reduce the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even certain cancers. It's also been linked to improved metabolism and increased lifespan in various animal studies. But this doesn't mean you should start starving yourself or count every calorie. It's about listening to your body. Eating until you're satisfied, not stuffed. In fact, many cultures with high life expectancy, like the Okinawans, follow similar principles. They even have a name for it, hara hachibu, which means eat until you're 80% full. Dr. Hinohara didn't diet to look good. He ate to feel good and to live longer. His approach wasn't about restriction. It was about respect. Respect for the body, the process of aging, and intentional living. Maybe it's time we reconsider what a full meal really means. It might sound surprising coming from someone who was a doctor, but Dr. Hinohara often said, doctors can't cure everything. It's not like he was against modern medicine. In fact, he greatly contributed to building Japan's medical system. But he believed too many people hand over their health like it's someone else's job. Instead, he encouraged people to take ownership of their well-being, to ask questions, stay informed, and focus on prevention, not just treatment. He pushed for things like staying active, managing stress, eating clean, and maintaining strong social connections. All of this stuff we often overlook until something goes wrong. And he was right to emphasize it. A huge body of research shows that lifestyle choices, diet, sleep, movement, and mindset play a bigger role in long-term health than we often realize. Of course, seeing a doctor when you need one is essential, but health isn't something you outsource. It's something you build. So yes, go for your checkups, take your medications if prescribed, but don't stop there. Spend time learning how your body works. Take action early. Be your own best advocate, because the more you understand your health, the less you'll have to fear it. He believed real health wasn't reactive, it was proactive, rooted in daily habits, personal responsibility, and a mindset of lifelong curiosity. Taking charge of your health isn't just about knowledge, though. You've got to move, too. And for Dr. Hinohara, staying active didn't mean hitting the gym. It was much simpler than that. Dr. Hinohara was well into his 90s and still refused to take the elevators. He always took the stairs. He walked wherever he could, and he encouraged everyone else to do the same. His philosophy here was simple: don't stop moving. Even small movements throughout the day can make a massive difference over time. And today, researchers call this NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Basically, all the calories you burn just by standing, walking, stretching, or doing light chores. Of course, it's not intense cardio, but it absolutely does add up. And it's especially important as we age. Regular movement keeps your muscles active, your joints flexible, and your brain sharper. It improves blood flow, reduces inflammation, and even supports mood. The legendary doctor didn't need fancy equipment or fitness trackers. He just built movement into his daily life. So if exercise feels overwhelming, just start small. Take the stairs. Stretch when you wake up. Walk during phone calls. It's not about doing more, it's about doing something. Every step counts, no matter how small. Movement, he believed, was medicine, accessible to everyone, free of charge, and one of the most powerful tools for longevity. Apart from moving your body, Dr. Hinohara knew that moving your spirit matters just as much. And that's where joy, play, and connection come in. For Dr. Hinohara, health wasn't just limited to the physical aspect. It was emotional, social, and spiritual too. Even in his later years, he organized concerts, gave talks, and stayed deeply involved in his community. Why? Because joy, connection, and purpose matter more than the average mind would think. He believed in making time for play, curiosity, and giving back. Not because it's a luxury, but because it's essential to staying alive in every sense of the word. Research agrees too. Studies have shown that people who volunteer regularly have lower rates of depression. They have improved brain health and even longer lifespans. Laughter has also been linked to reduced stress hormones and stronger immune response. So whether it's helping a neighbor, joining a group, learning something new, or just laughing with a friend, it all counts. He taught that happiness isn't a distraction from health. It is health itself. So don't wait for life to slow down before you think of starting to enjoy it. Make joy a part of your daily routine. Because in the end, it's not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years, for your sake, for the sake of your loved ones, and everyone that cares for you. He believed isolation was as dangerous as illness, and that staying socially connected wasn't optional, but vital fuel for the heart, mind, and soul at every stage of life. Hinohara lived to be 105, and he didn't just live long, he lived well. And that's the part we should be chasing to make the most out of our years. Which one of these habits is already part of your day-to-day routine? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more health-related content.